And that's the secret hack of impulse buying.
Welcome to Vendtelligence, sponsored by Kiosoft and Ava Water. This is episode 3, How to Hack Impulse Purchases. In this episode, we'll be discussing everything to do with vending machines, the different types of vending machines, and how your type of vending machine and your look of vending machine can tap into your customers' impulse buying process. Thank you.
So, let's start off with, there's different types of vending machines, right? There's a plethora of catalogs when it comes to vending machines out there. When I was doing my research and starting into the business, I knew I wanted to tap into the psychology of impulse buying. I wanted a machine that's modern, because when you talk about vending machines and the vending business, it's not a sexy business, right? You think about a black blurb of glass front, analog buttons, A1, and your chocolate bar falls out. What was appealing to me was the Kiosoft machines. We have one behind us here. And something I really enjoyed and tapped into was the digital screen. And the reason why I tap into the digital screen is because of the ads and revenue stream that you can make from advertisement. I know we could get into that later on, and maybe in a different episode, but we're finding now in this generation, we want people to purchase and be gravitated to the machine. Nice clean glass front, you have the digital screen, you touch it, you purchase it, it comes down. There's also Go Nourish that has a full digital screen in front of it, and it's very interactive. You have some other modern machines like Healthy Max and Vive and etc. That is more futuristic. And then we have our classical machines and, same, more modern from the old school machines like AMS, etc. Let's go into some machines that you've used with your experience, and I'll go into some of the machines that I've used and I've liked for my experience.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for that. So just to get started, there are a few different types of machines specifically in the snack and pop vending industry that we'll chat about. So first is going to be the combo machine, which is what we have right here behind us. And this is a KioVend TSD 60. And so you can see that we have the snacks on the top and we have the drinks on the bottom. This is a typical setup for a combo vending machine. In the industry, we also have drink specialized vending machines and snack specialized vending machines. Now, I've used a variety of different machines throughout the course of my time in the industry. When I purchased my business from the outset, I had maybe 4 or 5 different brands. So I had a Crane, I had an AMS, I had a Snack for Health, I had a Healthy Max, and I think I may have had a Ciega or another one of those American brands as well. From what I found, the American brands are typically pretty easy to use and pretty easy to work on. There's a lot of parts for them, which makes your operations easy, when things break down and you have to go to your distributor and get your parts. And as well with the American machines like Crane, like AMS, like Automatic Products, there's typically more resources online on YouTube that you can look to actually try to fix the machines yourself. Healthy Max as well. There's a lot of those parts around, especially in Canada. The KioVend machine is really good. I like it because, like you mentioned, it has that interactive screen on the front, which actually makes the buying process a lot more seamless than some of the older types of machines have, like with the buttons and everything else.
Transform your vending experience with Kiosoft's all-in-one solutions. From compact to full-size machines, we have the ideal solution for every need. Every machine comes equipped with our Ultra Series payment readers, offering versatile payment options, a sleek LCD touchscreen display, and effortless integration. Along with Kiosoft's backend management system, you get remote inventory tracking, real-time data analytics, comprehensive reporting, and much more, all from a single platform. Check it out.
Shane, in your experience, did you buy new machines or did you buy used machines? And for either instance, why did you make that decision?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when I first started, I bought brand new machines. Now, if I had a time machine and I could do it all over again, I would probably take a different approach. But you know what? It's all for the learning. So I started off buying a Go Nourish machine, and I bought a few of them, and I bought them brand new. I felt that stepping in the industry, I wanted something brand new, warranty, etc. There's different distributors that we could go to that will sell used machines, and you could still get, a limited warranty with them. Same with Kiosoft. I bought their machines brand new. Something that I really enjoy about the Kiosoft machines is the simplicity, especially being a new operator. It's very intimidating using a vending machine, especially if you've never been in the industry and the business. They have a back-end system where you could monitor the inventory. They have a system here on the screen that you could use in any type of their machines, the 60, the 36, etc., where you could program the machine straight from the machine. So that makes everything operationally simple, and it simplifies it. Mm-hmm. Very, 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 very good, and it's seamless. Different machines for different locations. Like my higher traffic locations, I'll use a bigger machine like this, where it's more inventory, a bigger combo, etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is a question that I get quite often by people who are new to the vending industry. Should I buy new or should I buy used? And it's an interesting question because there's a couple different ways to go about it. Now, let's talk about used. If you're looking at buying a used machine, I'm going to tell you right now, do not buy one off of Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. And the reason why I say that is from personal experience, because even if you go and you see this machine, it's a great deal, and you check it out beforehand, and everything works fine, okay, the seller seems legit, whatever, you purchase it from them, you're still not going to get the warranty, likely. So that's kind of a major drawback, right? And I had an issue where I purchased a used machine, through Facebook Marketplace. I checked it out. Everything was good. I brought it to the location. It stopped working. And I found out later the reason why was because the location it was in was having a bunch of power surges. But that's not the seller's fault, right? Like, he sold me a perfectly good working machine. Now, had I bought that from a reputable distributor, I would have been able to take it back with the parts warranty and gotten that fixed. I wasn't able to do that. I ended up having to spend $1,000 on a new computer board. So that's typically why I recommend, if you're going the used route, you buy from a distributor. Now, here's the thing as well. When you're planning your business strategy, and you're looking at new versus used machines, and you're planning for scale, you want to ensure that you're able to get either the same or similar machines from the same brand for every single one of your locations. And the reason why is because operationally, you'll be way more efficient when it comes to fixing your machines, restocking your machines, and then eventually once you have somebody to come restock the machines for you or to handle any of the other maintenance or operations for you, they're only going to have to be trained on one single type of machine. And so that is why I actually recommend that people should look at buying new machines first if they can afford it. Granted, the new machines are going to be around double the price, but for example, Kiosoft is offering a new compact vending machine for around $5,500 to $6,000, and that's specifically to combat the used market in terms of buying a used machine, because your average used price is going to be around $3,000 to $4,000. So you pay an extra $2,000 or $3,000. And then you can get a new machine with warranty. You can get the payment system included, and you'll be all set and off to the races. And then you can get your nice wrap on it, just like Shane has here as well.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And that is the reason why in the beginning I went the new route, right? I wanted something new just in case if any issues, any problems, I could go right back to the manufacturer and say, hey, listen, this is not working. I spent $10K on this machine, right? Just for that piece of simplicity of peace of mind. That's why I buy brand new. Now, when you have skin in the game, and then after I gained the experience using the machine, and it's a great point that you bring up, like try to streamline your machines for the most part. And that's what I've done. Now, operationally, functionally, etc., I streamlined to just a few machines. And now I could, when it comes to scaling, I could teach that to my employees. And that makes it very easy and simple. Now, the other thing is when you want to go the used route, I've purchased from Facebook Marketplace. And you bring up a valid point. Purchase from Facebook Marketplace, I check it out. It's easier for me to check out because I'm familiar with the machine. Yeah. But anything could go wrong. And I've had an instance where I purchased a machine, machine I'm very familiar with, from external to internal to the back-end system. I think I'm a pro. I could actually teach it. But unfortunately, when I tested it, it was working, and brought it to get wrapped, and then went to program it, it stopped working. And unfortunately, it was out of warranty. To call the manufacturer, get the part, pay the extra additional for the part. It's not really the seller's fault, right?
So similar
idea,
to me, yeah.
Similar to you, right? Not the seller's fault. I contacted the seller, and they were very helpful. Like they helped me. They're like, I had it for X amount. This is what happened, et cetera, et cetera. And then I had to go through the steps with the manufacturer to try to get the part and get it fixed. Not always the greatest experience when something's outside of warranty. And then now we have to figure out who could service that part. Because there's things outside of my domain that I can't service. And then finding that is a challenge in itself. Ava Water is an ultra refreshing relaxation drink that helps you chill, reset, and stay on top of your game. Sit back and relax.
Now that you touched on the maintenance a little bit, let's kind of dive a little bit deeper into that. So what are some of the maintenance issues that you've had to deal with? And then once you speak, I'll speak on some of the ones that I've had to deal with as well, because Lord knows I've been at some locations until like 2 a.m. trying to fix some of my machines.
Yeah, because I went modern, I had to deal with software updates and glitches as far as programming goes.
Yeah, interesting. So I guess because I purchased my business with some older machines, I didn't really have too much in the way of any software issues. Most of mine was mechanical type of issues. So I'll give an example. I had a Dixie Narco Bevmax 4800, I believe, is the designation. And it's one of those really nice glass front drink machines with, it has the like robotic arm that goes and it lifts up, and then the drink comes into it, and then it goes and it shoots it out the side. So because it had that robotic arm, and because the machine was older, and because it needed to be cleaned a little bit more frequently than I was cleaning it, eventually one of those drinks got stuck and it burst in the machine.
Oh, no.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, you just got to clean it up, whatever. But what ended up happening was it ended up gunking up the robotic arm. And that ended up basically causing me to have to replace the whole wiring harness on the arm.
How much did that cost you?
Honestly, it didn't cost me too much. I believe the harness was only like 150 or 200, but it was a whole lot of time and headache to deal with.
Did you fix it yourself?
I did fix it myself.
Okay.
I do have a background in the auto industry, so that really actually helped me with doing most of the fixes myself. The only thing I never did myself was a compressor change.
Okay.
But everything else I did myself. And that's also a key point for you guys too. If you have any type of hands-on skills, that will come handy in the vending industry, because the more that you're able to fix your machines yourself, the more money you're going to save, which is essentially going to increase your bottom line at the end of the year.
It's a good point you bring that up. So a couple points. Compressor. I just want to touch on this really quickly, and then I'll go back. Always make sure that you're cleaning that, vacuuming your compressor, etc. Regular maintenance with that will cause long-term issues and problems. So let's make sure you stay on top of that. The modern look of the machine and the functionality of the machine is a great way to hack your customers or your clients to come to that machine and be engaged with that machine.
Mm-hmm.
The more modern, where I find my accounts, the more modern the machine is, cleanliness, etc., of that machine, clients are more inclined to make purchases.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your experience is, but that's my experience.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on when it comes back to the maintenance point, that in order to really tap into your customers wanting to buy from the machine, especially if this is a machine that is at their place of work, you're going to want to have minimal downtime. If the machine is always broken down, and this may sound obvious to you guys, but it happens. You get busy, you may have a machine that's been down for a couple days, but the more often that's happening, the less likely people are going to be to buy from the machine in the future. And so that's why it's really important to make sure that you are keeping up with the maintenance of your machine. Now, granted,
Absolutely.
We are talking about issues that we have had in our years of experience. I don't want people to come into this and think, oh, I'm going to get this machine and it's going to break down tomorrow. No. Breakdowns typically don't happen that often. One thing that I wanted to touch on in a previous episode we could talk about now is the 80-20 principle. That you or our audience may have heard about before, but it comes back to that, typically 20% of your machines are going to cause 80% of your issues. 20% of your locations are going to generate 80% of your revenue, and also 20% of your locations, a different 20% likely, are going to also cause 80% of your headaches too.
Yes, agreed.
So yeah, that kind of ties back with the machines, but yeah, 100%. When it comes to the modern look of the machines, I totally agree with you. We're in 2025 now. Nobody wants to see some old, dusty looking machine that you can't even see inside of it. So what's coming out of it, aside from the Go Nourish machines, because they have a nice screen, but everybody wants to see what's inside of the machine. They want to have nice lights. They want to have a nice interface. They want to have a nice payment system. And so that's really what's going to be important when you're thinking about scaling and branding your business, is how are all of your machines looking? Are they looking crisp? Are you keeping them clean? All of these things are going to lead you to building a scalable, sustainable, and ultimately profitable vending machine business.
And that's the secret hack of impulse buying.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, like, yes, you're selling chocolate bar, chips, etc. Besides the sugar content, right, and the snack content, everybody will look at the machine. Oh, this looks like a great machine. Like, I want to press the button. And it, like, research shows, like, people want to interact with the interface.
Also, if it's talking to you, if there's sounds coming out of it too, I find that helps as well. You know, our cotton candy machine that we have, it says hello to people as they walk by.
Exactly, right? And my Go Nourish machine also, when you make a purchase, it says, thank you, have a nice day, right? And when it comes to Kiosoft, the machines, they run your advertisement. You have the advertisement on the machine. Ava Water does really well for me. All my machines have Ava Water advertisement on them. So they'll look and they'll be like, oh, what's Ava Water? Right? It's local. It's Canadian. They purchase it. It's a nice relaxation drink. People will be sipping on Ava Water. And they'll be relaxing, right? Just because of the interface, it's interacting with the clients.
For sure.
There.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with all of that. And now to kind of continue along those lines, when it comes to the actual placement of your machine at a location, what do you primarily look for? Are you looking for break rooms? Are you looking for main entrance? Are you looking for maybe the floor of a factory? Like, what are the specific areas inside of each location that you're looking for?
Each location's a case by case. Sometimes you don't have a say. Sometimes you go to a location and they're like, here's a spot we made for the vending machine. It has to go in the break room, has to go in this specific corner. That's it. But if it's up to me, I typically would want the break room. When somebody they're on their break, they usually go to the break room, and then that's where it is. Other locations, typically, depending on the structure of the business, I would choose like a high traffic area.
Transform your vending experience with Kiosoft's all-in-one solutions. From compact to full-size machines, we have the ideal solution for every need. Every machine comes equipped with our Ultra Series payment readers, offering versatile payment options, a sleek LCD touchscreen display, and effortless integration. Along with Kiosoft's backend management system, you get remote inventory tracking, real-time data analytics, comprehensive reporting, and much more, all from a single platform. Check it out.
So in terms of what actually goes inside the machine and where the product is placed, that can also play a major point for hacking your customers' impulse buy.
Absolutely.
So here you can see that we have the pop on the bottom row, we have the snacks in the middle, and we have the chips on the top. And we have similar products that are placed together. So for example, all of the Canada Dries are in the section together. I found whenever I go to a vending machine, if all of the products are all scattered around, I just find it really disconcerting. Maybe I'm a little bit OCD, I don't know, but it just doesn't look good visually.
No, you're absolutely right. Like, got to make sure everything is in order. We don't want to make things totally randomized, right? You have the chocolate bars, the candies, you got the pops in place. So that's very important. And although it's a minor detail, it plays a big impact, and it's a major hack.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, those are kind of the main things that we want to cover in this episode. Different types of machines, where you're going to place a machine, what specifically is going in the machine, and how it looks. And so that's it for us today. Shane, do you want to close us out?
Thank you for tuning in to Vendtelligence. Thank you to our sponsors, Keelsoft and Ava Water. Subscribe to Vendtelligence wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on social media and the links below. Peace!